Before I start the video, I would like to give a massive shout out to my Patreons who have been supporting my channel. If you would like to check out my Patreon and receive early access to some very exciting videos coming soon, then please click the link in the description below. Well, hello and welcome back to the Nerd Den here once again, and in today's video I am going to be talking about something that's been going around the internet for the past few days, and this is about Christopher Eccleston. Yes, Christopher Eccleston, who previously played the Ninth Doctor for Series 1 of New Who, which is now the previous era of the show. It's not the current era. We're now in the Whoniverse era, the Disney Who, or whatever you want to call it. That is the era that we're in now for the show, and it feels weird saying that. But anyway, yeah, he was at a convention recently in Manchester, and he did a panel there with Billie Piper, and it's always good to see them two together, because obviously for a lot of people, including myself, that was their first Doctor and first companion, and they only had a limited amount of screen time, really, like one full series, whereas most Doctors and companions have like 2 or 3 seasons together. So the fact that they're together still and doing conventions and stuff is incredible, especially with Christopher Eccleston's history of distancing himself from the show, but then over the past few years he's gotten back into the swing of things. He's been doing conventions, he's been doing all sorts of stuff, and he's also recently done Big Finish. So seeing them back together and interacting is incredible. But his recent convention appearance did cause a bit of a stir, so I'm going to have a look at the clip. I have seen it, but I want to kind of break down my thoughts and stuff and give my opinion, because he did make quite a few interesting comments.
Happen for that to become a reality.
Sack Russell T Davies, sack Jane Tranter, sack Phil Collinson, sack Julie Gardner, and I'll come back.
Blimey. Okay.
So can you arrange that?
Right. Bloody hell.
Did you find it hard to be associated
before we
with...
continue, obviously the people that are listed in his little message there, they all have roles now on the new production team, because obviously there are a couple of them that are involved with Bad Wolf. I think that's Jane Tranter and Julie Gardner. We also have Russell T Davies and Phil Collinson obviously being a part of the show as well. So yeah, these are the people that these are the people alongside others that Christopher Eccleston fell out with whilst working on Doctor Who Series 1, and were a part of, or maybe the entirety of, his reason for leaving the show when he did. But yeah, let's continue anyway, because he does make a few other interesting remarks as well.
The character given...
Not at all. I love being associated with the character. Just don't like being associated with those people and the politics that went on in the first series. The first series was a mess, and it wasn't to do with me or Billy. It was to do with the people who were supposed to make it, and it was a mess.
Yeah, you see, it has been said on record quite a few times that the production process of Series 1, it was a mess. Chris has kind of said it right there. And obviously, there was a lot of stress of, bringing back the show, because obviously Doctor Who, when it was cancelled in the 80s, was it like 89, I think? Again, I'm showing how much of a real fan I am. I can't remember the date off the top of my head, but I know, after Survival had aired, and Doctor Who went on that hiatus, no one knew if it was going to come back or if at all. And then there was a failed attempt with the TV movie, which I think was a great thing, but unfortunately wasn't successful enough to generate a revival. But there was a lot of weight on people's shoulders, not just with the production team, but obviously the cast and the crew, and it must have been a very stressful environment. And it's such a shame that things panned out the way they were, because obviously with other things that have emerged that happen behind the scenes, there's a lot of behaviour that can't be excused, and it's such a shame that things happened the way they did, because it took him a long time to get back into associating himself with the character. And I'm glad that we're getting what we're getting now with Chris. He's doing Big Finish stuff, he's doing convention appearances. I've met him at a convention, and he'll gladly chat away about the show. And as he says here, he likes the character. So, you know, that's good. But anyway, let's continue.
And the first series of any show, Billy did Confessions of a...
Cool girl.
You know,
I've
first
seen that as well.
series, nobody wants to know. The BBC were like, we're going to keep a big distance from this. And then as soon as it was a success, they were all up close going, I was responsible for that.
Yeah.
But they were all like, at a distance, like, this is a folly. Eccleston's folly. Piper's folly. Russell T. Davis's folly. And then when it worked, suddenly, oh yeah, I worked on that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't come
it's not
anywhere
good,
near us. And then they jump on the bandwagon. Those kind of politics, I'm not very good at handling. I can't swallow that shit.
So, yeah, I guess that answers it then. Honestly, I'm grateful that we've, you know, had Christopher Eccleston for 13 episodes as the Doctor. You know, Series 1, in my opinion, was a perfect series. You know, the fact that the Doctor came back in 2005 with a bang. You know, the shop window dummies, we had the Slitheen, we had 2 amazing, if not perfect, Dalek stories. We had an amazing companion relationship sort of thing with Rose as well. And yeah, it was a successful relaunch for the show. But obviously, yeah, things went on behind the scenes, you know, which can't be excused. Obviously, it was very stressful to bring back the show. There was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into it from everyone. But unfortunately, yeah, even looking back retrospectively, you know, certain things shouldn't have happened the way they did. And it's a shame that that's had an impact on Christopher Eccleston that much that he won't come back to the main show. And that is, yeah, it's a terrible feeling, but I'm glad that he's doing Big Finish at least and associating himself with the brand through other avenues such as conventions. But I have got to say that people do always keep asking him this question, and I have noticed it a lot. And, you know, fans asking it, you know, fans are going to ask everybody that's associated with the show at one point or another, oh, are you going to come back? Are you want to come back as a new character or something like that? And, you know, that's fair enough. But I think when you're, you know, doing these interviews and stuff, I think that sort of question, especially when it's on record that he went through a lot, especially after, you know, leaving the show, and there was that whole drama about the BBC putting out a false statement about why he left as well. I think, yeah, things need to, kind of need to be dropped now. I think I think people need to stop asking that question because we all know what the answer is going to be. And, you know, it's been nearly 20 years since he appeared as the Ninth Doctor, and I'm grateful for what we had with him, and I'm sure many people are. But I think you've just got to kind of leave it in the past now. We know what the answer's going to be. I doubt it's ever going to change. I mean, it didn't change even when Russell T Davis and, you know, the other names mentioned there. That didn't change. You know, he still didn't come back for the Day of the Doctor. He didn't come back during the Chibnall era either. You know, I think, yeah, he's moved on. You know, obviously as an actor, he's had a lot of success as well. My main takeaway from this is that, well, it's what we've heard before. So I don't know why, you know, that question keeps on getting asked. You know, it's not fair on the bloke either, to be honest. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it. But yeah, let me know what you think of this all in the comment section down below. Because yeah, I am going to wrap up the video here. A bit of a different video today, but I wanted to throw in my opinion. Yeah, hopefully you're all having an amazing day. We're quite close to Christmas now as well. So are you all excited? Have you done your Christmas shopping? I haven't, but I don't have too many people to buy for, thankfully. But yes, thank you all for all the support. If you are new around here, please click that like button and subscribe for more nerdy content, because I am trying to reach, I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, which I would love to reach by the end of the year. I nearly said 6,000 then, but no, I've already reached that and I am so grateful. So yeah, take care, love you all, and peace.